Good morning, everybody. Today we are here in Branson, Missouri, and we are going to be checking out the shepherd of the Hills Fish Hatchery. We're going to see some reptiles, some snakes, and most of all, trout, and how they raise trout to release them into Lake Taneycomo. So should be a great time. And as always, if you guys would do me a favor, if you guys are new to our channel, subscribe. It's free to do, and it really does help us grow our channel. So with that, come along and follow me. Alright everybody, I'm going to do this video a little bit different as I normally do because there was a group of people that headed in right before me, which is no big deal, but so I just bypassed all the reptiles and stuff and came right to the outdoors where we're going to check out the raceways of where they raise the trout first, and then we'll head back inside afterwards and check out all the reptiles that they have inside and the information that they have inside. So let's go check out these trout raceways. Alright, here's a little overview of all these raceways. I mean, there's a ton. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. There's at least 10 on each side that I can see from here and count. So that'd be 20 total, and I think there's a couple more in the back that you can't see from this direction. And these are all full of all different sizes trout, and that's how they sort them out and raise them, and they get fed tons of food every day. So I forget how long they got to be before they get released, but it is really cool. But before we head that direction and I show you some of the trout, I do want to point out that the fish hatchery is free to check out unless you want to feed the trout. They do have these quarter machines that if you put a quarter in, it gets you a handful of food, which I forgot my quarters today, so we won't be feeding them. But yeah, so you can definitely feed the fish as well. Usually when we come with the kids, we bring a couple of cups and we load them up with food so they can go around and feed all the trout. It does seem like every time I come here though, it gets cloudy, so it makes it hard to see the trout actually in here with the reflection. But they are in there. Let me see if I can get down below this cage here and see if we're actually getting anything in here. I'm not too sure because I can barely see them here. You can actually hear them splashing around. You can see them splashing around there. But yeah, it's hard to see them with this cloud cover. But yeah, and these raceways are full from end to end. They are full of trout. And I'll head this direction and show you guys the filters at the end. And then also there are signs out here, a few different signs that show you information about the raising of the trout and what it entails. So this one is about removing fish waste. How are the old raceways used? Oh, these are the old ones right here, because there actually are, I noticed this last time, there's actually fish in these raceways here. The earthen raceway pools are part of the original hatchery. In the past, these raceways were used to raise trout. Today, they help control water quality as settling ponds. Fish waste or manure is flushed periodically from the concrete raceways and settles here. The pools are then dried and the waste removed. The remaining product is used on the area as a ground conditioner. So there's some information on these natural raceways here. I was walking over here to show you the filters. I almost forgot why I was heading this direction. But then you can also see how close the Shepherd of the Hills Fish Hatchery is to Table Rock Lake Dam. I mean, check that view out right there of the dam. That is incredible right there of how close it is. So, and here's your filter set up to keep these raceways clean and the water moving and filtered out. So man, it wasn't too cloudy this morning. You could probably would have been able to see the trout, but you can see them splashing around. These looks like to be bigger guys. Yeah. And what's funny is sometimes the whole crowd they'll follow you along as you're walking through here because they think you're going to feed them. But yeah, I don't know if you guys can see right there. I mean, there are tons, thousands and thousands of trout in all these raceways. So incredible to think about actually how they raise these fish and then they stock them right into, oh look at that, holy birds right there. The bird flyover. I don't know if I got him, but that was cool. Yeah, here's some more trout. There's kind of a sunspot there. Right there you might be able to see some of the trout swimming around. There's one little sun spot where there's no clouds there. Yeah, I think we're getting them now. There's another one of those signs, and these ones are all in front of the raceways as you head from the front to the back. And this one's about moving trout, pulling fish from the raceway. First, the fish are crowded with a screen to the end of the pool for easy collection. Then they are netted, placed in a basket, and raised from the water using a large hydraulic arm. Once out of the water, the basket is weighed using a digital scale and trout numbers are calculated. The weight is recorded and the basket is opened to release fish into the tank truck. The process is used to stock trout or simply move fish to another pool in Lake Taneycomo. Trout are transferred from the truck to a stocking boat for easy release. There's a stocking boat. That would be pretty cool to see on the lake. This sign here is about raising trout in the raceway. Splitting and thinning allows room to grow. After spending their first 5 months in the hatchery building, about 90,000 3-inch trout are put in these raceways. As they grow, the pools become crowded and must be split to make room for healthy growth. When the fish grow to 7 inches, the first pool is divided into 2 separate pools of 45,000 trout each. At 9 inches, about 15,000 trout are removed from each of the 2 pools and combined in a third pool. This makes 3 pools of 30,000, which now have room to grow to 11 inches. It says in 16 to 20 months, trout are raised from an egg to the 11-inch fish released into Lake Taneycomo. So it looks like they release them at 11 inches. But yeah, we're gonna keep heading back here because there are a couple of one raceway all the way behind this building that has no netting. And this sign here is about the quality of the water, aeration in the raceway pool. Of course, they need good water to grow. Let's see, we got any sunspots in here? Ooh, these ones look smaller. These ones might be like those 3 inchers maybe. No, it looks like 5 inches, 3 to 5 inches maybe. Yeah, hard to see them today, so I do apologize for that. Yeah, let's keep heading back this way and check out this raceway without the little mesh netting over it. Here's the one without the mesh over the top of it in the back here. But also, if you look along the front, the side of all these raceways, there are this waterway that goes all the way from the back to the front as well, and there are trout as well in those too. So, but yeah, here's some trout that we can kind of see without the netting. Some of these ones look beat up. I don't know how that happens, but I'm sure with this many trout there are some casualties along the way. But yeah, there are tons of trout, and this is where they raise them. And then it looked like, according to the sign, once they hit, these ones are way bigger than 11 inches, so maybe these ones are getting ready to be released. I'm not too sure, but looks like once they hit 11 inches they can be released into Lake Taneycomo, according to that sign. So pretty cool. Definitely recommend a visit. Like I did say, this fish hatchery is free to check out unless you do want to feed them, and it does give you a awesome view of Table Rock Lake Dam. If you ever catch Table Rock Lake Dam with the gates open, that is incredible. I do have some videos of that. They might be under my Lake Taneycomo Park area playlist, or even under Branson, Missouri. I might have a couple under there too as well, but we have seen it with those gates open, and it is way cool. And I did want to say, if you get all the way to the back and you run out of your fish food, or maybe you decided you didn't want to feed them at front, but then looking at them you decide you want to feed them once you got back here, they do have a fish food feeder back here. You can get yourself some food from these back ones as well, so you don't have to walk all the way to the front if you run out along the way. So pretty cool. So yeah, here's a little look at the raceways. Like I said, these are all full of trout. A lot of them are different size trouts, as that one side pointed out. Once they get to 3 inches, they put them into these raceways to let them grow here in the outdoor area here. And like I said, there are these information signs for you to read along the way to learn. And there's a bunch of information as we get back inside too, that I'll showcase. Oh, there's a group of people that were in front of me, so we'll be able to. This one is raceway cleanup, removing fish waste there. Raceway pools are cleaned every 2 weeks to prevent disease problems. But yeah, so with that, I think we'll probably head indoors. This is a little look at the raceways. Like I said, bring your quarters, bring your small dollar bills. They do have a change machine inside to get quarters as well. But if you want to feed these guys, the kids love feeding them. So I hope my videos do help you guys out occasionally if you're planning a trip here on different things you'd like to see. I definitely recommend putting this on your list. You do got to check the hours right now. I don't even know about in the spring or summertime. Right now, I believe they're closed on Sundays and Mondays here. So they're open Tuesday through Saturday. But yeah, do your research on the hours of the different places, because especially coming into January and February, a lot of things are closed or winter hours, but definitely recommend taking a visit here, especially if you like fishing and trout and want to see how the fish are raised to release into Lake Taneycomo. Definitely worth the visit. Like I said, it doesn't have to take you a whole lot of time, so you can do a few things in the day that you come here. I mean, you could make it take only an hour, or you could make it take longer. It depends how fast you walk, if you got kids, how much feeding of the trout you want to do, and how much exploring you'd like to do. Pretty cool area too. And there is a public fishing spot to Lake Taneycomo right over here too as well, that you can drive down and park and get a really good view of Lake Taneycomo as well too. So let's head inside though now. Enough rambling on my part, and check out the reptiles. Like I said, this video is going a little backwards than what I normally do, but it gives it a little different look to our video. They do have this trout aquarium, fish tank, camera reflection. Hi everybody. Hope you're having a great day, morning, or night. Depends when you're watching it. But yeah, they got some trout here. And then they got some information on egg to fingerling. Raising trout takes time. It takes 18 to 20 months to raise a 10-inch trout. Wow. A lot of work and good science goes into raising trout. Hatchery staff must spawn, carefully monitor, feed, and move fish throughout the process. So you're starting with one, sorting for spawning right there. And then they go to the 2, to the sedative tub. And then you got the 3, the hand spawning, the male trout, the air spawning, the female trout, fertilizing the eggs, the incubation jar. That's where they fertilize eggs. So that must be a look of eggs, obviously not fertilized. The sack fry, the swim ups, and the fingerling in fiberglass tanks as they grow. So yeah, like I said, lots to look at. The sorting and for spawning, the male and female trout are separated during spawning season. And then the sedative tub, trout are sedated to make them easier to handle. I gotta learn how to talk. During spawning, males are spawned by pressing the belly to release the milt. Females are spawned using a needle to inject a small amount of oxygen into their belly to release 2,000 to 5,000 eggs. Wow, that's crazy. Eggs and milt from several trout are mixed in a pan. Fertilized eggs are placed in an incubation jar. Hatchlings are called sack fry because they have a yolk sac attached to their belly. Trout swim up and start feeding as the yolk sac is absorbed. The swim ups are fed by hand every 30 minutes during the day. Wow. fingerlings and fiberglass tanks. As they grow, the swim-ups are moved to larger tanks and fed with automatic feeders every 30 minutes during the day. So quite the process there. And it is non-stop, cold, hard work here. Raising fish at the hatchery is a difficult 365 days a year job. Hatchery staff work every day of the year to raise more than 1 million trout for fishing in Missouri. Fish need daily care to grow strong and healthy. Hatchery staff work outdoors year-round in all weather conditions to raise trout. Rain, snow, or heat, the work doesn't stop. So that big snowstorm we just got, they were here still working. So constant care to raise these trout. I do like to showcase this mural on this wall. This is a pretty cool. This is Lake Taneycomo, as you can see right there, and then you got Table Rock Lake Dam is up on the side. All the green trees is what it looks like in the summertime. Springtime, summertime, when all the leaves start coming back. Pretty cool mural there. Yeah, there's Table Rock Lake Dam. That would mean the fish hatchery is right in this area right there, right behind all those trees. Here's some information on A Tale of Two Lakes, Table Rock Lake. In 1958, Table Rock Dam was completed 22 miles upstream from Power Site Dam. The water released into Lake Taneycomo from the bottom of Table Rock Lake is cold and averages 48 degrees. Shepherd of the Hills Fish Hatchery opened in 1958 to supply trout for Lake Taneycomo. And here's a look at Power Site Dam. I am planning, actually, after this video, I'm planning to finally drive up and check out Power Site Dam. It'll probably be on its own video. Hopefully I make it there. So be on the lookout for a video from Power Site Dam. It'll be my first trip there, so I'm not too sure what to check out. I don't know if the water will be flowing over the dam or not, but I'm finally gonna drive my way up there to see if we can find it and see what it's all about. So should be pretty cool. Excited to go somewhere I haven't been before. It's not too far from here. And like I said, outside they do have some change machines. I actually never even noticed this change machines, but it does accept $1 bill, $5 bills, $10 bills. There's one over on this wall and also one on this wall. So if you want to feed the trout, bring your quarters or make sure to have your small bills. All right, now let's check out some critters. Here we got a spider. This is a Texas brown tarantula. Check that guy out. Oh man, Texas brown tarantula. Here we got a three-toed box turtle. I did get lucky one time. He was actually out of his little cave, but a lot of times when I come, he's always hiding in that little cave right there. But that's supposed to be a three-toed box turtle. So pretty cool. And we'll keep this going. Ooh, western rat snake. Look at that guy. Check that guy out. A western rat snake. Wow. Coming up, I'll show you a two-headed western rat snake they got at the front. Living two-headed snake, tiger lily. Pretty cool. This one's only got one head though. What do we got here? A northern rough green snake. Oh, you can kind of see him there. Northern rough green snake there. Here we got the tiger salamander. Check that guy out. That critter's pretty cool looking. Tiger salamander right there. Wow. And then we're gonna have a eastern copperhead snake right there. Check that out. Then I'm gonna pan back and show some of these signs they have up here. Different habitats for different species. Branson is made up of rocky, forested hills and valleys. Upland forest. The red fox. Catch a glimpse of deer, squirrels, and foxes as they search for food. You got the red fox there. Gray squirrel. A woodpecker. Oh man, a striped bark scorpion. An eastern collared lizard. That guy's pretty colorful. Oh, there's the Texas brown tarantula. We saw that over there. the Roadrunner salamander eggs. Oop, the beaver. See those around here. The great blue heron. The belted kingfisher. So there's a little look at those signs. And then over here, wildlife at the hatchery. You got the mink, turkey vulture, white-tailed deer, butterfly milkweed, wildlife. Then here it's White River Watershed. Table Rock Lake and Lake Tammy-Como are part of the greater White River Watershed, which collects water from portions of Missouri and Arkansas. So they're part of the White River Watershed. Then we got another oaks and hickory right here. The bitternut hickory, white oak, mockernut hickory. Oh, we got a raccoon, a cardinal, a gray tree fox. So yeah, a bunch of information along the way to go with these cool reptile exhibits here, displays. Pretty cool. Let's go check out the two-headed rat snake up here. Oh man, she's out for a good shot today. This is Tiger Lily, the two-headed western rat snake. Check that out. It is alive, by the way. Leave a comment down below. Have you guys ever seen a two-headed snake before? How about a living two-headed snake? That is crazy looking. So cool. And my reflection. Check her out. That is awesome. Two-headed snake right there. That is so cool. I think I've showcased this area too much over on this side. I usually always enter in and do my intro and outros right over there because it's always a good shot of Table Rock Lake Dam. But there is a little seating area over on this side. It's got a few trees. I'm wondering if during the summertime, springtime, maybe they bloom up all nice and pretty. But they do have a little outdoor seating area as well here at the fish hatchery. So if you're worried about seating, they got some outdoor seating here. All right, everybody, that's going to wrap up our video here today at the Shepherd of the Hills Fish Hatchery here in Branson, Missouri. Always a great time. I always love coming down here and checking out the trout and giving you guys information on how the trout are raised. Like I said earlier in the video, definitely recommend come and take a visit here. It is free to check out. Unless you want to feed them, bring your quarters or small bills for the change machine. But if you guys would do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button, and as always, if you guys are new to our channel, subscribe. It's free to do. And if you do want to support our channel a little bit more, go ahead and hit that join button or the link in the description to our YouTube memberships. We have 6 different levels starting at only 99 cents a month, and they all come with early access to our videos, which means you'll get to see our videos before everybody else. And if you do become a gold, platinum, or diamond member, you also get member shout outs in our videos, which by that I usually put a description thanking you guys at the bottom during part of our videos. So with that, thanks for watching. Check out all our other videos. Thanks for clicking on the video. If you guys are new to the channel, I am Zach, and we will see you on the next one. Bye bye. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but there is a lot of bird noises going off right now. So thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Bye bye.